watch this on replay. So if you think to mention it.
Okay, we are live.
Jump to 9. 9 people.
Good.
Oh, 14.
Okay, welcome everyone. We'll get started in just a minute. We'll let some more people hop on real quick.
I'll walk with you for a second. We'll finish up outside. I think it should be pretty good. There we go.
Exciting times.
Don't be nervous.
This is like 2 in a month. So people can hear us?
Okay, yes, they can hear you. So if you're ready to get started, we're going to go ahead and people will get on as they are available. We're currently at 17 out of our 51 registered, so we will have a few more join us for sure. We want to welcome everyone this afternoon to Barry's Restored All Products webinar. He's going to talk to you about adding stainless steel scratch removal services to your tickets to increase your profits. Barry, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm excited to be here. Please bear with me. I'm a little new to this, but not to scratch repair, but to webinars. So appreciate you 18 people showing up and eager to hear about the opportunity to 300 times every call ticket and gain major profits each time you enter a house or a commercial property doing scratch repair. And scratch repair doesn't have to be a monstrous project. It doesn't have to be anything that requires bringing out jackhammers and such. We're talking about just the subtleties of removing scratches from appliances, sinks, grills, every surface in the kitchen and outdoor kitchen. So we've been doing this a long time. What you see here on the first slide is Barry's Restored All Products. Many of you already know Scratch Begone, have used Scratch Begone, and had great success in the past and currently. We are also the Institute of Applied Restoration Technology, which is the iArt Training Academy. So iArt Training Academy came about with our interest to want to be able to teach others how to do what we do successfully here in San Diego and allow you to, one, make ridiculous profit margins, and 2, get yourself out of a CYA situation where you've found yourself due to a scratch during installation or delivery or otherwise. So let's make some progress here. Very excited to be here with United Appliance Servicers and being part of. I've been involved with the USA for many, many years and I've had the honor of doing presentations. So let's move on. So who am I? I'm Barry Feinman, as I mentioned. I'm the creator of Scratch Begone. I invented Scratch Begone years and years and years ago on a request on an elevator door, actually. And somebody said, can I take a scratch out of an elevator? And I guess they'd say the rest is history. I fixed the problem overnight, and they came back in and they couldn't see the scratch. Even though they knew it was there, they couldn't see it. I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to talk to you about how Scratch Begone works. And again, the huge opportunity and money making that can happen for you. I didn't have anybody to train me like you guys have, so I hope you take advantage of this. But I was born a MacGyver. I think that says it all. just to take on challenges. And I think probably most of you could also relate to the fact of being MacGyvers, because on a daily basis, you're being forced to have to be creative in your solutions when you go into a home. And if you don't necessarily have a right tool or a process, or you haven't come across a situation quite like it before, you have to sort of figure it out. So everyone on this call has profitability foremost in their thinking. You should. You're a business owner, or you're working for an employer that has to obviously needs to make profit in order to pay your salaries, but also to keep the doors open and the power on. But at a business opportunity level, this is a great opportunity to make huge profits. Whether you're the technician or the owner, your company thrives on profits. Profits are not just about how much you make, but how much you keep. Okay, that's the bottom line. So we're going to move on here. In this webinar, you'll learn to stay calm when accused of scratching stainless steel. How many times have you seen that and been part of that? The customer has you out to restore to replace a button or a switch or an electronic piece, and then all of a sudden they call you out for a scratch on that appliance, and now you're on the hook to replace that for public relations, for PR, just for good customer service. Stainless steel repair. We're going to talk about different stainless steel, but stainless steel repair doesn't have to be, like I said, it's not a big process. It's not a very difficult process. I'm forever flabbergasted when we go out in the field and restore deep scratches within minutes. And I'm always amazed. So I never get used to this. We give you the confidence to know you got this. And part of that is because we've been doing this for now almost 20 years. We've been in the industry since I invented this back in 2004. So it's almost 20 years. We also want to teach you how to talk to your clients through the process. You know, a lot of clients will say, I don't understand why my stainless steel is rusting, or why is discolored. It's supposed to be stainless. It's not supposed to scratch. It's not supposed to discolor. And that's just an error in the marketing side of things. It's stainless. It's not stain proof. It's not scratch and rust proof, although it's not necessarily going to rust through. But these are the things that people get upset about. I invented a product called Ultra Shine many years ago as part of this kit. What made Scratch Be Gone successful is that we have a chemical component, and that chemical component, along with our proprietary abrasives, allows you to do localized repairs and not have that proverbial bright spot that's left behind if you use sandpaper or steel wools. And I would never recommend using steel wool anyway. So get that out of our arsenal or thinking, because that'll leave transfer iron and cause subsequent rust issues. If you have any questions, make sure you put our questions out here and I can answer those for you. Inherent problems of stainless steel. Well, I mentioned a few of these already. So rust, particularly now with 430 magnetic stainless that's come on in the last 5-7 years, more prone to rusting because of improper cleaning chemicals. But also if it's out by the coast, by the ocean, it doesn't have to be, it could be inside the house. The doors are open, the wind comes in, that salt air comes in, and it can cause some spotting on your appliances. Scratches, obviously. Stainless steel is beautiful until it's scratched, and then what? Stainless steel is very durable, but the finish is very, very delicate. So a scratch is very easy. Scratch Be Gone is extremely effective in deep gouge removal, as well as light scuffs and scours. Chemical and acid stains, heat scorch. How many of you have barbecues in your backyard that have that discoloration, black and brown staining discoloration on the back of your barbecue? This takes it off. And it was thought to be impossible to do that. Scratch Be Gone does it. And we're bringing to you dents restoration, removal. This is not through our processes here, but this is a technology that we're perfecting, and we'll be able to bring that through our school program to teach you how to pull dents. Okay, these are some actual before and afters. This up here is a refrigerator door at the top. side by side, of course, left and right. This is from a green scour pad, typical problem, or some kind of an abrasive material, typical problem. This is my 26-year-old kitchen sink 25 minutes later by hand when I first invented this process back in 2003. And even left a smile on his face, if you can see that. So it's a very, very effective process. This was 26 minutes to do this. This bullnose is a wolf range, the left side trim piece right here. And you can see the lack of spacing between the granite and how it butts up right to the stainless steel. That's a deep gouge, like again, the screwdriver or tool buckle type of thing, but it's a deep metal missing gouge. And I would venture anybody to guess how long it took me to fix this, and put it into your chat, please. How long do you think it took me to get from the left side to the right side without having to move the machine and by hand? That's a test. So at the end of this, I hope you'll give me an answer, and I'll let you know what it was. Other options, opportunities, Barry's Restored All products are much more now than stainless steel. This is a stovetop with crust buildup. We have solutions now for this as well. To the right top is barbecues, is rust on your barbecue, and that's restored. We also have these aluminum collars. You're familiar with these aluminum collars. You see them on your stovetops. This is a Viking, actually. Very problematic. These aluminum collars. This is also could be a GE product. So this is restored. These are things that you can offer as enhancements after the job, as a leave behind. Thank you very much, appreciation. And then now this is glass restoration. This is glass ceramic repair. Any of you know Mabe? Mabe is in Mexico. Mabe is the maker of all your Monogram and GE product, your Profile, Cafe, Monogram. And I was invited to go down and work with them and show them our processes. And this glass ugliness was created actually by them as a test for me. And we have a ceramic glass rescue kit that restored the glass. So that's another option available to you. These are some of our customers through the years, current and past, and again, future. Different industries. These are sink industries. These are appliances. These are facilities, property management, janitorial, retailers and distributors. There's some elevator companies in here, Mr. Appliance, Mr. Handyman, all those. So these are an example of the kinds of customers that we have and have had, and we're very proud of that. Scratch Begone usage will stop problems at the source. So we've had manufacturers, Decor, and others actually use our product at the factory level because they know that if a scratch goes into the box, it's coming back. So they would have people stationed at the end of the conveyor belt, if you will, assembly line. And before going into the box, they saw a scratch, they rub it out, and they put it in the box with great confidence. Dealers, your showrooms, if you've got customers that are showrooms and they've got scratch showroom material, how do you expect them to sell that item? So that item gets discounted 40 to 50, 60% off. And the explanation is the unit works, but it just looks ugly. So we've been into showrooms and we fixed the scratches and they were able to take the discount markers off so that they made money the same day that you were there. And they were able to pass those materials on to a consumer because they didn't know that was scratch damage. Reduce contract losses. So if you've got builder direct contract sales, which is huge opportunity, where you can actually do it in the field. So you're not having to remove it and send it back out and ship it back out and wait another 6 weeks to get another appliance. GE has told me also that the timing now, because of COVID and production and factories being shut down or limited, replacement products are slow. Units are slow. Production is down slow. So this way you can keep these pieces in the field. But also on the other side, from a CYA standpoint, if you scratch it during installation, if you scratched it during pulling it out and repairing something from the backside, and again, you're accused of that, or you see it blatantly that you scratched it with a stovetop grates and things, take out your Scratch Be Gone kit and fix it. Customer never saw it, and you're good to go. Or you have the upsell opportunity to make you money is, dear customer, I see this while I'm working on your stovetop. I see all these scratches. I can help remediate these for you and make it look brand new. And that little promotion will make you $200, $300. Again, reducing product returns, you get immediate satisfaction. Okay. So here's a video we're going to see. I'm going to get this started. I think I've almost got it. I need to play the video and mute me.
Hi, I'm Barry Feinman, creator of the Scratch Be Gone system. I'm going to show you and demonstrate on some of these appliances that are in this classroom how easy it is to use our Scratch Be Gone system. And here it is. Let's get started. All right, so we've exploded the kit to show you what contents are inside. It's a variety of abrasives and handles for holding the abrasives and our Ultra Shine. Now, the first thing we do when we check out an appliance for repair is we want to make sure that it's a non-coated surface. True metal test strip in each kit does just this. We go ahead and we rub it on the stainless steel where we're going to make our repair. We look for the black smudge. If it turns black, that means it's a raw metal and we're good to go. Okay, so we've identified some local scratches here in this bullnose on this Wolf Deluxe Gourmet range top. These scratches don't necessarily suggest to me they're very deep. A couple of them are deeper. We won't know that until I start using the pads. We're going to go ahead and put some Ultra Shine on the pad and we're going to get busy. Now keep in mind, this is a permanent repair. We're not filling in the scratches, we're removing the scratches. I've removed a lot of it, but there's still some of these scratches left. I've certainly cleaned that surface up. So now I'm going to go to our deeper scratch repair. This is our finger strip. We put this on with no Ultra Shine. I'm going to focus on these scratches right here. So we're just going to go back and forth. And we're going to go back over this now. Now again, this is a $5,500 Wolf range. I know many of you know that. We've just restored it back to looking almost virtually brand new. Now we're looking at a refrigerator with common problems due to a green scour pad, but also it could be your tool belt, it could be a magnet that's scratched across this surface. Now this happens to be a 430 stainless steel. It will hold a magnet. 304 does not. So that's just a little information for you in terms of talking to your client. Every time we go out to do a restoration, we take our true metal test strip. We want to make sure and prove to ourselves this is not encoded. We go across the damaged area. We see a black spot. That means we're good to go. A little bit of chemical. We don't need much. Let's put it aside. Let's get busy on this. Now, the handle can be unidirectional. I can hold it like this, which I tend to do, or I can hold it like this, but this will be easier since the grain is going up and down. I'm going to go ahead and take it to the surface. Significantly better. So as you can see, the power of Scratch Be Gone to save you in the field, but also to offer you upsell opportunity for additional revenue. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to unmute yourself, Barry.
I got it. Oh boy. All right. So I hope that was entertaining for you. Keep in mind, this whole production piece that I showed you just now was only about 1.5 minutes long. The actual time spent on that bullnose, which is that stovetop trim, I don't think we've spent more than 3 or 4 minutes on that. So anything that's residual that was left behind, the idea of this presentation was to accelerate, just to have a small idea, but it's just a matter of time. So it's just reapproach it again and just spend a little bit more time on the scratches. But what you're doing is you're taking a grained finish, and the scratch is just a scratch. Well, imagine that the grain that you see on this door right here is 1 million scratches going in one direction. That's what stainless number 4 satin finish is. It's a million scratches going in one direction, which in this case it's up and down, which is to our advantage. When you have a scratch going 5 degrees or better going to the side, that's what we don't like. We don't like the fact that there's a scratch, which these are all scratches, but we have one going in the wrong direction. So the job of Scratch Be Gone is to corral that and put it back into pattern. And we do that by technically re-scratching. But we don't want to re-scratch dry. We want to use the ultra shine so we can get that oxidation to blend it. So that's the process. And then it's just a matter of the time that it takes. Okay, moving on. Warranty issues. Owners, dealers, manufacturers, distributors, but particularly manufacturers, the appliances are very expensive to replace. If you're accused of scratches, of creating scratches, you're going to be on the market on the tag to replace that item. And if that refrigerator door, is a Viking Sub-Zero, it could be a $1,500 replacement. So that's a pretty big ticket to you. But on the manufacturer side, it's very expensive to manufacturers to have to replace, and the possibility of downtime and delays and such. I've had situations where the home builder couldn't close escrow because they had scratches on appliances and or sinks that they couldn't be replaced. So they had us come out and we fixed it, and they were able to close escrow. Imagine that. And then you can create your own price point for that. Think about all the scratch and dent companies that are out there that you deal with. And so the whole idea about those is it's one location where all these scratched appliances are, or they have discoloration or blemishes. Imagine the gold mine you could find going out to those locations, removing those scratches for that client. Or if you are that client on the webinar right now, imagine all the scratch you could remove and get full boat or near full boat for your item. Okay, Scratch Be Gone also effectively removes all that collateral damage potential. Imagine having to remove a refrigerator or a range. You got a 6-burner Wolf range, and you've got to drag it out over a wood floor or a tiled floor. You can scratch that floor, and now you've got collateral damage of having to restore that wood floor. But also you could chip the granite on the countertop and or personal injury. So you remove all that and you fix the scratch in a matter of minutes. Loss of revenue due to original manufacturer, OEM damage. So, again, you're helping to fix all this for the industry. This is some of the problems that the manufacturers have. They have waste. The management to freight and to ship and to organize and coordinate trucking lines to remove damaged materials. I've had calls and reports of like, again, direct to builder situations where they deliver container loads of appliances, and they invariably have to ship back 1 or 2 container loads, and they have to remove it out of the house and out of the condo there in Miami. You're on an 18-story floor, and you've got a bunch of scratched product. So imagine the time and effort and money it costs, and the profit margin just goes right down. So this is a golden opportunity as well. Admin fees cost a lot of money. So all this paperwork, Scratch Be Gone gets you back on the profit side, and it gets you back to saving time. That's what it's all about. What's in it for the technicians? Again, from a CYA standpoint, you put more money, you keep money in your pocket. And on the upsell opportunity time, you could enhance your service time and spend another 10 minutes to do restorations for a client. And virtually and literally, we do this all the time. We make $300. So our low end cost to go out and do some reasonable scratch is $285. You start to get into, and that could be just one scratch. You get into double door refrigerators or larger surfaces, then you're looking at $350, even $400. It's a fraction of the cost of replacing those items, and also the fact that it's much more convenient to the customer They don't have to live with it. They don't have to wait 6 weeks for the part to come and a phone call from you to reschedule a site visit. So everybody wins. It's a win-win all the way around. You have an enhanced customer experience. Even if you gave it away and just said, here, I want to do this for you. Look at what it's going to do for your Yelp reviews. You'll be the only guy in town right now. I almost guarantee that. The technology has been around a long time, but our exposure is not. So every location that is on this call, every one of you is in a prime area, and you alone know how much stainless steel you see on a daily basis. And you know what you've seen as far as scratches and scuffs and discoloration and chemical stains. So imagine being able to turn those opportunities into money in your pocket. So the upsell revenue, I've already talked about that. Don't leave money on the table. You know, the profit margin in doing appliance repair has gotten skinnier and skinnier over the years. It's a plug and play with a circuit board, or the time that it takes cuts into your profitability. Now you have something you can add, and you can be a hero. Marketing opportunities. It's a ground floor service and demand opportunity. It really is, truly is. Tactical priorities, you know, you align with manufacturers, you align with dealers, customer service, delivery companies, warranty providers. In this case, I had a client in, we did a lot of work for Bosch, which was based out of here in Southern California. And they had a customer in a high rise in Manhattan. This goes back many years ago. I happened to have somebody in Manhattan or Long Island that was able to service this for them. I called him up. They had a scratch on an exhaust hood. It was going to cost $1,500 or $2,000 to remove the exhaust hood and then transport a new one, put a new one in place for a slight scratch damage. I called my friend up. He went out there to do it. Bosch paid $150 to have his servicer go out there. He spent 15 minutes. That was his report. Customer loved it. Think about that and how many times you can do that on a daily basis. Again, reducing or avoiding markdowns for the dealers, for the showroom. It makes the showroom much more attractive as well. And delivery and installation damage, you improve your call rates. Okay. And then you can also connect with the Lowe's and Home Depot and Best Buys and provide this service to them. Who wouldn't want this? Amaze your customers. Stainless steel, you know, restoring stainless steel surfaces gets that wow factor. It's a huge wow factor. Once you restore one appliance, ask about the backyard kitchen, sinks, and more. Most jobs completed in 30 minutes or less. That's an average. You can have 5 minutes and you can have an hour and a half. But we teach you how to maximize that and make profit on that. What they're saying, we at Daycor use, recommend, and sell Scratch Be Gone to our preferred solution, or for our preferred solution for stainless steel restoration. It's proven itself time and time again to be effective removing scratches. We know that the addition of Scratch Be Gone system in our factory has saved us both money and waste. Okay, that's a huge. Everybody, you probably all know Daycor. Here's somebody, a private owner. My General Electric cafe range was delivered with a scratch on the front panel. GE sent a repairman who ordered a new part. When he returned the next week, he brought with him a brand new product specifically designed for stainless steel, which promised to remove the scratches. My husband and I watched as the scratch magically disappeared with the Scratch Be Gone. Come on, that's what more compelling than this? So GE has been selling and promoting Scratch Be Gone for the last 15 years, and their service vehicles have it on there as well. Okay. What they're saying, we've now been using Scratch Be Gone professional kits for a number of months to repair appliances that we sell here at Appliance World. As you know, a large part of our business is out-of-the-box appliance sales. Because of the significant cosmetic improvements my technicians can accomplish using your product, we have dramatically increased the resale value of a great deal of our inventory. Thanks very much for the big improvement to our bottom line. That says it all. Again, what are they saying? This is a distributor. We have been utilizing your product in our distribution warehouse for 2 years. Your product helps us to get scratches, stainless steel products ready to sell when they're returned defective using due to scratching. It's an amazing kit. I know that many of you on this phone call, on this webinar, know Scratch Be Gone, have been around Scratch Be Gone. So you know the benefits of Scratch Be Gone, perhaps even for yourselves. And again, this is an Ace Hardware using it on barbecues. You guys can read this, but it everywhere there's stainless steel. You got a neighbor with a DeLorean. DeLorean uses this in the factories on their stainless steel. Again, this is a Bosch range situation and a microwave. They purchased this. They called that Bosch came out, took scratches out. The rust spots disappeared from the microwave, and the scratches on the range went away as well. I'm now confident. I've had more people say that they regret buying stainless steel because of these issues. And then after they learn about Scratch Be Gone and we introduce it to them and they are able to get it fixed, then they praise Scratch Be Gone. But more importantly is they're very satisfied with their purchase of stainless steel, and they're very happy. Any of you old folks around there that are on this call, you might know the name Mike Stats. If you remember Captain Toolhead, may he rest in peace. Any service professional who is serious about protecting themselves and making more money needs to know about Scratch Be Gone. So that's what he said to me probably 15 years ago. And Mike is the quintessential. He was the trainer's trainer. Now, what we are saying is technically it's a huge profitability. Why leave money on the table? Think of all the locations where you see stainless steel, either on a residential, commercial, architectural, everywhere you go where stainless steel is, you can fix that. And you can fix it for huge profits. I want to share with you another video. This is actually a testimony or a video after a school. So you'll be able to see our school in this video and get an idea of what we have here on location.
The class more than met my expectations. I learned a lot of stuff that I couldn't believe you could do with metal. Stainless steel, kitchens, refrigerators, everything.
I didn't know anything about stainless steel when I first got here. Now I can walk away from this feeling confident that I can do some appliances at home and then take it out to my own business.
I was fortunate enough to be in a group with a lot of guys with different backgrounds. So we all learn from each other, we listen and pay attention.
I didn't think a scratch could be taken out of stainless steel, not even a little scuff. So when I was able to do it, I was really surprised.
Going on location was amazing. We got to practice how to get jobs out there and how to approach people, how to explain what could be done with stainless steel.
The most important thing I learned in this class was that this process is needed. It's the only place to come learn it. Barry's got the only process that works.
The class did meet my expectations. It taught me everything I needed to know with all the knowledge the instructors had and all the hands-on I was able to do.
I want to start a new business with this back home with a partner of mine.
I plan on using this new knowledge by increasing the services that my company provides, hopefully adding to the bottom line.
Tired of working for someone else? How would you like to go into business for yourself in a lucrative niche market with virtually no competition? Take action now and visit us online or call us at 760-804-5707.
Off mute and back to the presentation and to the start. All right. So that's our little bit of propaganda, but I hope you believe it and see the value in that. We're winding down now, and I definitely appreciate your being part of this. So we have our professional kits with a USA member discount, 15% discount, which is rather substantial. If you go to iarttraining.com/shop and you put in USA 15, you'll get off 15% of our contractors professional tool. Also, to get more information about our training, you go to the iarttraining.com/MR form, which is a market report form, and you get download, and then you have access to videos that you can look at and share. I think it's rather compelling and interesting. Feel free to share with your teams. But I look forward to being able to answer questions, and I'm looking forward now to the Q&A. So we can do some Q&A now, and Sarah's going to open that up. I'll be glad to answer.
Lisa asked, are scratches fixed permanently? Which I think you answered that after she asked that, yes, they are a permanent repair.
Yeah, so they're a permanent repair. You're not filling it in. It's not a compound. What you're doing is technically erasing the scratches by creating new scratch in the right direction, which then disappears the old scratch, and it blends it in. So more importantly, or as important, so keep in mind our process is proprietary. The pads have minerals that cut metal. So they're not your 3M Scotch-Brite kind of pads. They are a non-woven. Some of them are non-woven, some are not, like a Scotch-Brite, but they have embedded mineral. And then the chemical is an oxidizing lubricant. So it colorizes, if you will. Now, an interesting thing also about the, I don't know if this is maybe questioned later, but another question that I get, or knowledge I have, is that Ultra Shine that's in our kit. You come across at dealers and at homes where you've got this energy sticker on the refrigerator, and it's a sticker on the corner of the door. And when you pull that sticker off, you have a discoloration between where the sticker was and where the rest of the metal is. Most people will take a butter knife or something to try to scratch that off. One, the Ultra Shine will dissolve that, and two, it'll blend the colors. So that was just a little trivia there. Go ahead.
I assume you're always brushing with the grain?
Always. You disregard the direction of the scratch. You always go in the grain direction because you are making new scratches.
Okay. Is there a way to repair the stainless that has a fingerprint-free coating over it?
Yeah, no. Sorry about that. So when I invented Scratch Be Gone, there wasn't a fingerprint-free. But as I was bringing it to market and such, then the manufacturers, because of people wanting, they wanted magnetic metal because they wanted the kids' menus and pictures and photos up on the board. And also they wanted to not have to maintain it so much. So what you basically have is every manufacturer has what they call a fingerprint-free protection. It could be clean steel with profile. It could be satina finish from Whirlpool. Everybody's got a version of it. That could either be a vinyl wrap, like a wallpaper, or it can be a clear coat, or some kind of in between. And if you damage that, you're pretty much damaged it. Now, the only recommendation I have, if it's a clear coat, is to take Carnauba paste wax like you would have on a car. So if you go to your car automotive or Walmart or such and get a can of paste wax, sometimes that'll optically blend in the scuffs and reduce the amount of glaring discoloration. The only other option is to remove all of the lacquer. You could use that with our Scratch Be Gone kit. You remove the lacquer, and that removes the scratch through in the lacquer. And then you can either choose to reapply a lacquer or leave it bare.
Okay, thank you. What is the charge for this? So I'm sure on your website there's different prices for different kits.
Well, if it's a question about the school or the kit.
Well, there's one for the school too. So if you could explain both, that would be great.
Yeah. So the kits, we have two different versions of a kit. We have I think it's a $400 $400 professional toolbox. But that $400 toolbox, which you saw during my demonstration on that bull nose, I had it filleted out with the 3 handles, the black box, and the variety of pads and the chemical. That's a $400 toolbox. The first time you use that, it pays for itself. On a CYA standpoint, you're off the hook. On a upsell opportunity, you can definitely make $300 or so, and you'll do that 20 times with that toolbox. So you can make thousands of dollars, probably $10,000. We have a motorized version, which you saw in the school process, a drill-driven kind of tool. We actually give you the drill as well. It's a specialty type of right-angle close quarter drill. You get everything you need in that, and that's $895, I believe. But again, on a time basis, you're in and out much faster. You can recoup your cost, you reduce your man hours, and you can do a lot of work with that. So the school, we have a physical school here. You saw it in our warehouse. We've actually grown that school now. We have granite counters of all things. Really nice presentation. That's $3,500. You come out here for a few days. We give you a book, and we actually give you that $400 toolbox as part of your tuition. And we spend 3 or 4 days, and you're certified. We certify you, which gives you other advantages later on.
Perfect. Let me see. How good is the demand, and who will be the clients? So obviously, if you buy the toolkit, you can use it multiple times. Is this for servicers going in and noticing damage, or if they cause the damage, all of the above?
All of the above. And the phone call. You know, you're the only guy in your town or woman in your town providing this service. So you're out there marketing stainless steel. And the other side of that is you have a lot of competitors out there. You know your competition. They don't do stainless steel repair. You can actually call them up, or have your spouse call them up, or an associate call them up as an independent business and say, you know what, Johnny's Appliance Center, you're my I wouldn't say you're my competition, but what I would say is we have the ability to help you fix scratches in the field. So if you come across this, we can be your service provider. They wouldn't even know that you're a competitive appliance repair person.
Okay. Does this work on brass? And then in the same question, I mean, it's a different question, but is this the same process used for blue burn on stainless steel?
Same process for blue burn on stainless steel. Yes. It's a variety of abrasives. We have technically 4 abrasive materials. Again, as you saw in the presentation, Sarah, will this presentation, if I get this to you, can be yes. Later. So you'll be able to see this again later at your own leisure. So we have 4 different abrasives. We have a very benign gray pad, if you will. Again, these all have minerals that cut metal. That's our more benign. That in itself will be very effective in removing rust and heat scorch, some staining, discoloration, chemical stains, water spots, and such. We have a more aggressive, which you saw me use, and a couple of different more aggressive. So depending on the nature of the damage and how aggressive it is, it will fix all that to where my finger strip that I used to do the bull nose removes your deep fingernail grabbing scratches. So if you feel it with your fingernail, it goes away. It's just a different process. But it's all done by hand, or you can motorize it with our motorized kit.
Perfect. And what about if it works on brass?
So no, yes. Let me qualify that. As long as it's satin finish, which means it has a grain. Most of your brass on ranges are either a polished brass, a high polished number 8, if you will, mirror polished brass. So you can't use it on that because that'll scratch it, and you'll put a grain into it. All your brass on, let's say, refrigerator, elevator, or on boats and things like that, a lot of your brass and bronze will have a clear coat. So you don't want to use it on a clear coated surface. So that's important. I did mention about the kit. When I went to GE and Whirlpool back in the early days, they were concerned about this coated surfaces that they were coming out with. And they wanted to make sure that you didn't, Scratch Be Gone wasn't used erroneously to damage their appliance. So we came up with the True Metal test strip, which is in every kit. It's a litmus paper test for basically for the clear coat. You put it on. If it turns black, like I showed you in the presentation, then you're good to go. That means you got raw metal. So that'll happen on bronze and brass and copper and stainless steel. It'll turn black. That's because it's raw metal. And gold and things as well. If you rub it on there and it doesn't turn black, it stays clear. That means you stay clear, because that means it's got a coating. Once I said that to GE and Whirlpool, they said, Barry, that's the winning ticket. So that little True Metal test strip is very important.
Okay, perfect. Let me see what else. Okay, what about the homeowner kit versus the professional kit?
The homeowner kit is just that. It's a smaller version. It's a little flimsier. It's a all plastic kit. We created that for, we were getting some concern that, the fingernails might get caught in those little metal clips that are in our handle. So we created an all plastic with little turnkey knobs and such. The pads are all identical. The chemistry is all identical. I wouldn't compromise any of that. It's just that it's more dispendable. So it's not designed to be more industrial. It's, it'll get you some results. It'll definitely fix the same appliances. It's just not a commercial grade. Conversely, I don't think you'd want to show up to a customer's house with a little clamshell homeowner kit if you're looking professional. But I've had jobs where I've been called out and I show up and the customer pulls out the Scratch Be Gone kit, and I'm always proud and humbled by that. And I say, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let's assemble your kit, and then I'll assemble my kit, which is the professional kit, and we'll do side-by-side refrigerator repairs together. And I've done that, so that's always fun. And that way I can teach them how to do it for themselves.
Perfect. Is there any payment plan or anything for the school?
Not at this point, but it is a tax deduction if you're in business, obviously. So that's a good thing. You could do it on PayPal and it's a 6-month zero interest program with PayPal. So it's not that we have a program set up, but even before you come to the school, I would really encourage going to your customers and saying, I visited your house and I saw scratches, and do some marketing, pre-establish yourself and say, if I can fix this for you, would you want that? The contrast is they have to live with it, or they're going to have to spend a lot of money to replace it if they can find that part, because a lot of those parts will be out of production in 6 months. So if they're, and given your neighborhood, again, San Diego, we charge $285, $400, for refrigerator doors. A kitchen sink is $375 to $400. Depends on how involved and how aggressive the damage is. But people are more than happy to pay it. And the interesting thing is, I get questioned. I mean, if it's a 5-minute repair, do people really pay $300? And I say absolutely, because the resolve is there. They're happy that it's gone away. But think of this. Your builder people, your builders, and they're on the hook. They have to turn that house, and they can't turn that house because of the appliance have scratched during their walkthrough punch list situation. That's a golden opportunity. They're not going to squabble over $100, $300, $400. They just want it gone.
Perfect. Okay, so besides appliances and the sink, like you said, maybe a grill, where else can this be used?
All surfaces stainless steel. So it depends on where you're located. It could be for your architectural metal, your handrails and balcony rails out on your balconies. where you're dealing with rust issues in North Carolina and Florida, or in California and such. If you have a DeLorean, if you've got everything that's stainless steel at a commercial property, commercial building, restaurants, and the like.
Perfect. Can you repeat the address, the web address for purchase?
Oh, sure. So it's technically.
Or go back a slide.
No, it's, oh, okay. That's a good idea. But you'll be able to see this previous. Oh, I must have overpassed it now. There it is. Okay, so for the kit, you go to iArt Training. Make sure there's 2 T's in there. .com/shop, and it's put in USA 15.
Okay, perfect.
And the school, it's iarttraining.com/MR form. On that MR form, you then have you have to answer a couple of things, your email and such. But we have a 28-page market research report that I've created that talks about the opportunity in the industry and where you see this and how everybody can benefit, and how you can make a lot of money doing this.
Perfect. And do you provide on your website somewhere what the retail price would be or what they should charge?
For service?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's sort of part of the school.
Okay.
When you get involved with our school, we teach you how to price, how to talk to the customer. We can even make phone calls, in advance. We also have an elevator training school, which might be outside the realm of the listeners here. Not that it can't be extended. I mean, imagine you guys are maybe thinking you want to be sort of out of this industry. Maybe this is not where you want to be, or you want to you have a son that has an interest to be something different than this. We have an elevator training program. We are a vendor for Kone and Otis and Schindler and ThyssenKrupp and Amtech and all the manufacturers for elevators. So imagine a scratch. I don't want to get too far over this, but a scratch on a refrigerator, you might get $300. That same scratch on an elevator, you're looking at $800, $900. So because of the marketability, because of the pressures associated with it, they're commercial properties, they're professional companies as opposed to a residential person. So the opportunity, we have a $6,500 school if you want to learn elevator or commercial restoration. But the ROI on both of these schools is so quick. The ROI on doing appliances, if you just to buy the kit, your first job pays for the kit. If you buy into the school, 4 or 5 houses pays for the school. And on an elevator, 1 elevator pays for the elevator school.
Okay, thank you. We know it's not good on brass or a clear coat, but what about brushed stainless steel?
This is all about brushed stainless steel. Yeah, so brushed stainless means it has a grain. It's a number 4 finish. Satin finish means the same thing. Yes, so that's all. Grain finish, brush finish, satin finish, they're all synonymous.
Okay.
Without a clear coat, but no clear coat. But nobody put clear. So unless the manufacturers put a clear coat on it. So your hot surfaces, like your stove tops and things like that, are not going to have clear coats. Your sinks are not going to have clear coats because of compromise and the water can get underneath. And we teach all this during the class. Your exhaust hoods typically don't have a clear coat. So where you see it might be in your refrigerators and maybe a dishwasher. Depends on the manufacturer and make.
Okay, perfect. So if they buy the professional kit, is there a tutorial, like how to use it that comes with it, or that they can?
Yeah, online. We have lots of tutorials and videos at YouTube, at our iarttraining.com on YouTube, or iArt Training on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan, does that?
At our website, berriesrestoreitall.com.
Okay.
Is our product website.
Perfect. Well, haven't had any new questions recently. They're all coming through. People are thanking. If you want to click on the chat, Barry, you can see people are excited and grateful that we're introducing this to them.
Excellent.
And taking the time to do some training. So we appreciate everyone for joining us today. Barry, we appreciate you hopping on and taking some time out of your day to educate our membership.
Well, thank
and
you.
we hope to go ahead.
A couple of questions, if I could answer just a couple more.
Okay.
I want to know how long it took to repair that bullnose piece that.
Oh, yes, I have some of those answers.
Oh, okay. Actually, to do that little swatch that I showed you during the presentation, and I used the brown pad, and I knew it wouldn't work, but I just wanted to demonstrate the brown pad and how it cleaned it up. But that little spot right there, again, I took less than 5 minutes with a deep scratch there, and then the final. Let me tell you a little story about that Wolf Deluxe range. I bought that. That's a $5,500 drop-in range. And it's virtually brand new. It was taken out of a very high-end home, and it was sold on OfferUp. I bought it. That whole kitchen that you saw on my video was bought on OfferUp, and that drop-in range I bought for $165, and I could make it look brand spanking new in less than an hour. The griddle cap and the bullnose. And I can turn that around and probably sell it for at least $4,000. Okay, so it's brand spanking new. What we do in the school is take that same piece, we fix it all up, and then we'll scratch it again and fix it all up and then scratch it again. The metal is very durable. You're not going to put a hole in that metal.
Okay. Awesome.
Well,
so we had it ranging from 7 minutes to 30.
Yeah. Oh, what about that side trim that I demonstrated? I showed you. Remember that side
At the beginning when you asked for time? Yes, that's what the ranges are: 7, 10, 30, 35 minutes.
Okay. It took me 15 minutes.
15. Okay.
And it was gone. And it was done by hand, by finger. And it paid me $450 for that because it was a $3.5 million house, custom home, and it was still, they were trying to get it turned over and get it ready for sale.
Nice. Awesome. Well, anything else, Barry?
No, I'm very, as far as it being a saturated market, it is not even close to a saturated market. The fact that we sell our homeowner kits on Amazon, and we do sell a lot of those, is because there are people who are DIY people that enjoy doing DIY. But there's also a lot of people out there that buy our kits because they have to. They have no other option because they don't have you out there yet to provide this service. So and I'm not going to pack up and go to Omaha, Nebraska to do a scratch on a bullnose. But if you're there, you can get that job. So we get people that buy them out of necessity, and then we get people that buy them because that's their curiosity. So it's a ground floor opportunity. There's absolutely zero penetration out there doing this as a professional career. There are the people that buy it because they have to. And we get calls all the time from people that buy it and they're going, oh, I'm just afraid to use it. Can you walk me through it? We end up walking them through it and be very patient. But they say, can't you find somebody for us out here? Don't you have somebody out here for us? So now I can say I will once we get all these folks signed up and get them trained.
Perfect. I was just going to ask you if you have a network, if people request it. So
you're in the process.
Awesome. Perfect. So it sounds.
So one of the benefits of the school and being certified is that as we develop this network, you'll be involved with Home Depot pros and Lowe's pros and other kinds of networks, as well as GE and other manufacturers that are looking for people like this, and we'll be able to network you with them.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. We hope to see you soon, and even possibly tonight on our virtual happy hour with our Most Professional Servicer contest announcement. Thank you again, Barry, for your time, and we will talk soon.
Thank you so much.
Have a great afternoon. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Bye.